Have you ever thought about this? Maybe the deepest part of you already understands when its journey in this life will end. Not in a scary way, just it knows. And maybe all along life has been leaving little signs for you. Not warnings, more like gentle reminders, getting you ready for a big change. Forget about mysterious predictions or what doctors can see. This is something else entirely. It's about seeing that this final change isn't an accident that happens due to you. It's a process your deepest self prepares for. It's a natural return. And if you learn what to notice, you can see when this preparation starts. This isn't about being afraid. It's about understanding a journey we all take. And seeing these signs can actually change how you live your life right now in a much more peaceful way. So, if you've ever felt that life is more than just a ticking clock, stay for a moment. What we're about to explore might not just change how you see the end. It might change how you see every single day you have left. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. We don't like thinking about our own end, do we? It's uncomfortable. We push the thought away. Maybe it shows up late at night when the house is quiet, or when we get sick, or when we lose someone we love. You might feel that little twist in your stomach, that feeling of, is this it? Is this all there is? You're not the only one. This journey is something every single person shares. But we still treat it like a big, scary secret. We get ready for new jobs, for new relationships, for money problems. But this, we pretend if we don't look at it, it won't happen. But what if turning away is making us miss something important? What if noticing these signs, not to fear them, but to understand them, is actually the most gentle way to prepare? Here's something you might not have realized. Wisdom from many ages tells us that this final change isn't a sudden crash. It's a quiet, careful process. Your very core starts getting ready long before your body shows any signs. If you know how to look, you can walk with this change instead of being surprised by it. If you're open to seeing this journey not as an enemy, but simply as a part of life, then you're ready for this conversation. This simple observation asks for a little bit of quiet courage. Before we look at the signs, we need to look at our awareness in a different way. It changes everything. Most people think their awareness, the part of them that says, I am, comes from the brain. Like the brain is a light bulb, and when it goes out, everything goes dark. But what if it's the other way around? What if your awareness is the one holding the light bulb? What if that deep sense of you is here, and the body is just the vessel it's using for a while? The vessel can get old and break, but the awareness itself simply moves on. Think of it like this. You are a musician, and your body is a beautiful instrument like a guitar. You play your music for a lifetime, but eventually the guitar gets old, the strings break, the wood cracks, the music stops coming from that guitar. But does that mean the musician is gone? Of course not. The musician is still there. The music is still within them. This ending we face is just the moment the musician sets down the instrument. But the process of putting it down doesn't start at the last note. It begins much earlier. Your deep awareness starts to loosen its grip on the instrument, getting ready to just be. This is a gentle shift, a gradual letting go. And during this time, you get little hints that this process has started. They are invitations to take part in the journey peacefully. If this idea feels true to you, I invite you to make a quiet commitment to this kind of self-awareness. Let's create a clear space for our minds together. Type this in the comments below. How I choose a quiet mind. By doing this, you're not just typing words. You are planting a seed of intention to observe your life with peace. And if this kind of simple, honest reflection is helpful to you, join our little community here. Subscribe, and we can continue walking this path of observation together. First, you might notice a quiet pull to be alone. This is the first thing to observe, and it's very gentle. You just start wanting more solitude. It's not sadness. It's not about pushing people away or being angry at the world. It's different. It's a need for stillness that feels right. Have you seen how older animals often find a quiet spot to rest as their time comes? They move away from all the noise and chaos. They just turn inward. This isn't about being lonely. It's about listening to something deeper that can only be heard in the quiet. The same thing happens with us. You might start saying no to parties you used to love. Not because you don't care about your friends anymore, but because a quieter voice inside you is asking for your attention. You might just want to sit and watch the trees. Or notice your own breath. This pull inward is very important. It's the first step in loosening our hold on the busy outside world. It helps create the space for the big letting go that has to happen. When you see this sign for what it is, you don't have to feel guilty. You can respect it. You can give yourself that time. Use it to reflect, to mend things inside yourself, to connect with what truly matters to you. The second thing to notice is how attachments start to dissolve. This is a very deep one, and it often feels strange at first. You just naturally start letting go of things that used to define who you were. It doesn't happen overnight. It's very slow, happening over months, maybe years. But it's a clear path. Maybe you lose interest in the things you own. That car you were so proud of, the clothes, the collections you spent years building. You look at them, and they just feel like stuff. The weight they carried is gone, and it's not just things. Old anger, old fights you had with people, they start to feel so small and far away. That need you had to always be right, to win the argument, it just fades. Even good attachments can loosen. The big career goals you chased for years might not seem so important anymore. Not because you're sad or giving up, but because a part of you understands that all of those things, they are not who you truly are. Your awareness is starting to remember what it is without all the labels. Think of someone packing for a very long journey. At first, they pack everything, but slowly, they realize they can't carry it all. So they start taking things out one by one, keeping only what is essential. And what's essential? Kindness, understanding, love, things you don't carry in your hands. You may find you care more about fixing a broken friendship than winning a debate. That is a beautiful sign. You are focusing on what you get to keep. Third, your way of seeing things may start to open up. This one can be a little hard to describe if you haven't felt it. Your inner world can become very rich. You might have dreams that feel incredibly real. Perhaps you meet loved ones who have already passed, and they feel calm and peaceful, like they are waiting for you. Or you might dream of places that feel more like home than any place you've ever known on earth. During the day, you might just get a strong feeling about things, a quiet knowing, an intuition that is clear and sharp. You might feel other people's feelings more deeply than before. This isn't your mind playing tricks on you. This is your awareness practicing for a state that isn't so tied to your 5 physical senses. Think about your attention as a light from a lantern. All your life, the lantern has been pointed at the ground right in front of you, showing you the physical path. But as this preparation begins, the lantern lifts, the beam widens. You start seeing the landscape around the path, the night sky, the stars. These things were always there. You just weren't looking at them. The state of being you are preparing for is more open, more vast. This is just your awareness beginning to adjust to that. These feelings are not here to scare you. They are here to gently show you that the world is much bigger than what we can see with our eyes. The fourth sign is a strong urge to review your life. This one is so common we often miss it entirely. You just feel a deep need to look back. Not just remembering old stories. It's more like standing on a mountaintop and finally seeing the entire path you walked to get there. The twists, the turns, the hard climbs. It all starts to make sense in a new way. You're not just remembering, you're understanding. This is why you might suddenly want to call an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. You feel a need to say, thank you, or I'm sorry, to finish conversations that were left hanging. You want to heal things. You might also want to share what you've learned. Tell your story to your kids or grandkids. Not to brag, but to pass on the wisdom you've gathered. Here's what's happening. Your deepest self is gently tidying up. It is gathering the lessons. It is taking the raw material of your experiences, the pain, the joy, the mistakes, and turning them into wisdom. Something pure that can be carried forward. When you notice this urge, you can work with it. You don't have to be pushed around by vague feelings of regret. You can actively do the work. Call that person. Write that letter. Forgive yourself. This isn't about giving up. It's about finishing well. It's about getting to a place of peace, knowing you have tended to your life's garden. And finally, the fifth sign, the quiet pull toward home. This is the deepest one of all. And once you feel it, you understand. You begin to feel a strange sense of longing for home. But it's not for your childhood house or any place you can find on a map. It's a feeling from the very core of your being. Some people say it's like being homesick for a place you can't quite remember. A quiet ache. It's a bit like a river that has traveled a long, long way and can finally feel the pull of the ocean it's about to rejoin. This feeling can show up in quiet moments. You might find yourself just looking at the sky or a tree or a flower and suddenly feel so connected that tears come to your eyes. Or you listen to a piece of music and it feels like a memory of this place you're longing for. What's really happening is that your awareness is remembering where it came from. The body and this world have been a temporary residence, a wonderful one, but not the source. Your true nature is stillness, peace, pure awareness. And as the journey here wraps up, you start to feel the pull of that original state. This isn't sad, it's deeply natural. Think of a traveler who has been on the road for a very long time. The journey was amazing, full of adventure. But there comes a point where the thought of returning to a simple, quiet home is the most comforting thing in the world. When you recognize this feeling, don't fight it. You can just allow it. It can bring an incredible sense of peace, even while you are still here. But wait, if you are noticing some of these signs in yourself or in someone you care about, you might feel a flicker of fear. Does this mean the end is very close? Should you worry? The answer is much simpler. These signs don't come with a calendar attached. This preparation can take a long, long time, sometimes years. The timing isn't the point. The readiness is the point. These signs are a gift. They are an opportunity from life to get ready in a calm, spiritual, and emotional way. To be ready doesn't mean you stop living. The opposite is true. When you accept this process, you actually start to live more fully. The small stuff just falls away. Every moment becomes more precious. Every relationship becomes more important. You are being given the chance to approach this change as a quiet practice, not a scary surprise. So, if you feel these things, don't shrink into fear. Step into this moment. Use this awareness to love better, to forgive more easily, to simply be more present, to become the person you were always meant to be. This is the great paradox. By preparing for the end of our journey with an open heart, we finally learn how to truly live. So what do you do with this understanding? How can it change your life today? It's very simple. If you feel these signs in yourself, don't push them away. Honor them. When you want to be alone, give yourself that quiet space. When you feel yourself letting go of old attachments, see it as a path to freedom. When you have those unexplainable feelings or dreams, just notice them with curiosity, not fear. When you feel the need to look back on your life, do it. It's important work. And if you're noticing these signs in someone you love, the best gift you can give them is your quiet understanding. Don't try to fill their silence with noise. Don't try to get them excited about things they've already let go of. Just be with them. Listen to their stories if they want to share them. Help them find peace. And whether you see these signs or not, you can start this practice right now. Practice letting go of one small thing you don't need today. Spend just 5 minutes in silence. Try to listen to your intuition. Think about one person you're grateful for. This is how you live a more awake life. This is not about getting ready for an end. This is about being more present for the journey, right now. Think of it like this. If consciousness really disappeared forever, why would there be such a gentle, careful preparation? A tree doesn't fight the coming of winter. It slowly lets its leaves go, the knowing it's part of a cycle. The very existence of these signs points to a deep wisdom in the flow of life. It suggests that this change is a doorway, not a wall. You are a part of something much bigger than this one single life. Every joy, every mistake, every lesson, none of it is wasted. It is all part of a beautiful journey of awareness. And these signs are just gentle reminders that you are being cared for every step of the way. When you really get this, everything changes. Fear can become curiosity. Regret can become gratitude. Your whole life can feel like a beautiful, meaningful story, including the final chapter. The journey of our awareness never really ends. If you wish to continue this path of quiet exploration, your subscription is a simple way of saying you are ready. This is just the beginning of what we can learn by simply paying attention. In the end, this isn't really about death at all. It's about waking up. It's about remembering what you are beneath the name, the job, and the story you've been living. The signs are not bad omens. They are markers on a path that is leading you back to your own vast, quiet, peaceful nature. And here's the most important part. You don't have to wait. You can begin that journey home, right now, in this very moment, by being a little quieter, by loving a little more freely, by letting go of what is heavy. Live your life fully, love with an open heart, grow in wisdom, and when the time for change comes, you will know you are not ending. You are just returning, like a wave, after its beautiful dance on the surface, returns to the calm, endless ocean. It was always water. The journey was real, but the ocean is home. There is nothing to fear. You are already a part of that ocean. Always have been, always will be.